Literally God. Why? Because I used to feel like you either had to pick. Either you was gonna have drop dead gorgeous,
And they was just wasn't living right. They was sleeping around.
or you was gonna have that girl's on fire for Jesus, but look like Respucia. And so I don't even know who Respucia is, but I just, anyway. So I felt like I was gonna have to choose, but boy, did God do exceeding abundantly more than you could ever ask, think, or imagine, according to His glory. My God, like she really loves Jesus.
Hey guys, we're back with another video today. Another one. So as he always starts with like thanking everybody, for subscribing to our channel, all the newcomers, the new believers. I'm kidding. Everyone that's recently joined, thank you so much for even subscribing to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel continues to grow, and we're so thankful for that. Our desire is to build like a community of believers to help pour into helping to build healthy kingdom relationships, whether you're single, engaged, or married. So thank you so much for joining us today. So we're going to talk about something that is I love this topic, and it's so cool because we're currently even living it as we speak. And today we're going to be talking about God ordained marriages.
Relationships.
Or relationships, not even in a romantic context.
Friendships, relationships,
even friendships. Yes.
But definitely the context, definitely
relationships for sure, because we want to touch on that and bring clarity if there's not any clarity about that. Like, what does that look like? What does a God ordained marriage even look like? So you can go ahead and start us off.
So really quick, as I was just thinking and asking God, of course, He always drops things. And so I'm like, okay, God ordained marriage or relationship. And what I heard was set by God, sent by God, secured by God. So a God ordained relationship that embodies marriage and friendship, right? So let's just marriage, friendship, all that. Sent by God, set by God, secured by God. That is our basis. That's what we stand on, right? And so what does it mean to be ordained? What does it mean for something to be ordained? And to be ordained, or for something to be ordained, means it's appointed. Mm-hmm. It's ordered and decreed officially. Mm-hmm. It's official. It's set. No one can take credit for it, right? But God set this, God secured this, God sent this. Like He put this in His place. He put it in place. God joined us together. He took a man from Miami, Florida, brought him all the way to Dallas with a woman that was living in Dallas for Him to get the glory. No one could, even if you tried to fabricate our story, and it wouldn't make sense. Work.
No,
it just wouldn't work.
It wouldn't hit the same.
It wouldn't hit the same. Nope. Look, we are not telling no lies to try to go viral. Everything that we've shared, it's been God. God has ministered to her, to me about her before we even met. Didn't even know her. No one. This is what something being God ordained looks like. Not only did God when He ordains it, He sets it in order, and he makes it happen, and He makes it official, but He also wants to get the glory for it. No one can take credit for it.
That's right.
The people who were like, the people who I ain't gonna say join us together, but with the mutual, our mutual meeting place or whatever, they can't even take credit for it. They can't even fabricate. At the end of the day, she wasn't a thought until God made her a thought, or God showed me her. So God, things being God ordained, that marriage and that relationship being God ordained, is God setting it in order and God securing it and God sending it.
Right. So firstly, we're going to define like what is a God ordained marriage. So we're going to start with the basics. First of all, marriage in the eyes of God is an institution between a man and a woman.
Can you say that one more time?
Marriage in the eyes of God is a covenant instituted, a marriage instituted by God between a man and a woman.
Example.
One man,
Adam,
one woman.
and Eve. It's not Adam and Steve. It's not Eve and Yvette. No. Adam, Eve, Jericho, and Lisa. All right. Let me give y'all Anna and Gabriel. All right. So I just want to make that clear. All right. Man and woman.
Yeah, and Mark 10:6-9 says, "But from the beginning of creation, God made them male and female. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. What therefore God has joined together, let no man separate." So Jesus affirms that marriage is not just a cultural contract, it is a covenant. And marriage is just literally a reflection of the bride of Christ and Jesus. It should always reflect that, because what happens in the spirit, it manifests in the natural. It's literally a mirror image between the relationship between Christ and his church. And it should always, always, always reflect that. And kingdom and divine appointed ordained marriages, they always are purposeful and they are always in alignment, and they have there's just something divine about them.
It's
They're not normal.
Purpose
yes.
behind it.
Yes, exactly. And like one of those examples would be when I believe it was Jacob and Rebecca, I believe, when Jacob asked for a sign, like, okay, like who? The Lord literally led him to the well, and he said, the person that you are to marry will be the one that drinks at this time. And then he went and Rebecca was there. So that's literally a prime example of God leading you it was literally an appointment. It was an appointment. It was divine appointment to where two people came together that God had ordained to come together. And like he said, God, his stamp of approval was on it, and it was secured. His personal hand, like he personally said, this is what's going to happen. This is the person that's going to be there, and that's the person. That's how you know it's God ordained, because his hand specifically, literally was in it.
Yeah. Is it safe to say the same thing about Ruth?
Yes. Yep.
You know, like
absolutely.
That was appointed. That was set. Absolutely. And I believe you even had Boaz asking for a sign. And there was another kind of thing that was kind of set an appointment in the scriptures.
I'm sorry, it was Isaac and Rebecca.
I'm sorry,
it wasn't Jacob. I'm like, it's close enough.
Still, Isaac
the God
and
of
Rebecca.
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they all up in there.
Isaac and Rebecca.
It was Isaac and Rebecca.
Not Isaac and Esau, or Rebecca and
honey.
Raymond.
Okay. It was Isaac. I apologize. It was Isaac and Rebecca. But yes, Ruth and Boaz is also a perfect example.
Now you had, what was her cousin's name that kind of helped? Naomi?
No. That's who she went with. Ruth went with Naomi.
But there was also like someone like kind of helping with her, and I share that to say, even though there are people that are a part to bringing it together, at the end of the day, God appoints that thing to happen or come together.
Exactly. And God ordained marriages, they're never misaligned. Like, God ordained marriages are always in alignment with God's will, what his word says. They're never unequally yoked. Like the Bible says, do not yoke yourself with an unbeliever. Do not be unequally yoked with someone. And even it's possible to even be unequally yoked with a believer. It's not just for the unbeliever, it's also for the believer, because just because someone else is a believer too, that does not mean that is someone that's suitable for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you may be literally unequally yoked when it comes to spiritual maturity, in assignment and what God has mantled you for. Can that person help take on that mantle and carry that mantle with you? There's just so many things that we have to think about when we think about marriage and being with someone and being equally yoked with someone, because as I've always said, you're not just marrying that person, you're marrying their assignment, you're marrying the mantle, you're marrying everything, their purpose, like all of
Their
it.
personality,
And do those things align?
Yes.
Do they align?
And again, to, God ordained marriage serves a greater purpose. It serves a purpose. It's intentional. It's way more than cute pictures. It's way more than sex. It's way more than all of these things. Those things are great, but God ordaining and bringing things together and bringing you together is for a greater purpose. How are you and your partner advancing God's kingdom and God's agenda, right? And so I just really want to hit on the yoke, being equally yoked. When you see a yoke
on
an ox, if we have to move together in order for us to plow, because the ox, they plow the grass, right? So in order for this assignment to be fulfilled, they're cutting the grass, they're, doing maintenance. They got to walk step in step.
Farming.
Hey, this I might be tired. Okay, I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna wait for you right here. I'm not gonna go off and do my own thing. Yeah. We have to walk together. And so God joins and yokes you together and brings you together for the purpose to advance and to go forth and to be suitable. And so when you're suitable, it's tailor-made, it's fit. You got the cuffs, you got the tie, everything fits. Everything is aligned for the sake of an assignment.
That's right. So, and also, God ordained marriages are not just about, like he said, cute pictures and everything like that. There's purpose attached to it more than personal desire. Because when you look at people who have told their stories, I'm talking from my own experience. Personally, I haven't come across anyone with major influence that God has given because they've been mantled with different things. Their love story, like many would call it, I haven't come across one person's yet that said that person was what they were looking for. I haven't. My own personal, I haven't. And what's crazy is I've seen couples that look bomb together. They're both really attractive, but they weren't interested in each other. And that's another thing. It's more than attraction.
Purpose over your preference. If that's something we can say, prioritize purpose.
Yes.
Prioritize the presence. This is a whole thing. Prioritize the presence of God, because in the presence of God, when you say, God, I want your will, it's going to be able to kind of let the guards down. And we have to surrender everything to God. Because y'all have heard us say it before. I was not her preference. And her family knows. Everybody knows.
I don't even think I was your preference. He light-skinned girls with curly hair.
Girl, you were. This different. Okay, and my thing was, she was just different. This was God. This was literally God. Why? Because I used to feel like you either had to pick. Either you was gonna have drop dead gorgeous,
and they was just wasn't living right. They was sleeping around,
or you was gonna have that girl's on fire for Jesus, but look like Respucia. And so I don't even know who Respucia is, but I just, anyway. So I felt like I was gonna have to choose, but boy, did God do exceeding abundantly more than you could ever ask, think, or imagine, according to His glory. My God, like she really loves Jesus, and she's beautiful. And I don't want to sound shallow. I'm a man. We're visual. And so I just want to encourage somebody out there that don't settle. Don't settle. And at the end of the day, purpose needs to be more important and needs to be everything above your preference.
Mm-hmm.
I've chose preference before over purpose. And boy, y'all know my story.
It ended up in shambles.
Yeah. And so purpose, this is something that our father-in-law shared. Purpose over popularity. May you always keep purpose in the forefront.
That's
and at the end of the day, God will never answer your prayer and bring something to you that you will be disappointed with. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. Other things I have here are, let's see. So when it comes to God ordained marriages, as we were talking about, everything should always like it points to God. Like if you've ever come across like stories where like dang, like God, like ours, there's even other people's stories that we've seen, it always reflects who God is and the character of God. Mm-hmm. He created the world. He's a divine creator. He created creation, and so how much more does He have the ability to create your love story? He created ours. He's creative. Like I'm so grateful that there are examples that people can look at and see that, oh my gosh, God still does this. God, when it says like God is in the details, He cares about the little things. He really does. I promise you, He really, really does. But when we're not surrendered to the process, and when we like you said earlier, put our preferences before, what God's
purpose.
will is, what His will and what He sees, His plans for us, that's when things go chaotic. That's when, heartbreak, you open the door to unnecessary heartbreak, just unnecessary things, to where now when you do get, the real thing, it's not bad to, of course, heal, do all those things. But if you don't have to go through it, don't put yourself there. Yeah. Don't put yourself there. Allow God to do that perfect work in you and work on you before you can get that perfect gift, So I think that's really all I have to say. Like, God ordained marriages, like his hand is always on it.
It's very intentional, purposeful. Mm-hmm. I want to shift really quick to God ordained friendships.
Yeah.
Like what does that play? How's God's hand on that? Why is that important to have God ordained friendships and community?
I think it's so important because I feel like the difference between, because, there are two options. Someone's going to come into your life for a season, or they're going to be there for a lifetime because God put them there for a specific purpose. Whether that's a lifetime purpose and that has to do with your purpose, or it is just a seasonal thing and that friendship or whatever serves its purpose for that season. And I think that just like actual romantic relationships, friendships serve the same
serve a purpose.
purpose. They serve a purpose, and it's attached to your purpose. So when, those seasonal friendships, those are appointed by God for a specific season.
And reason.
And reason. And then you have, those lifetime friendships to where there's just something you can't communicate with words, with human expression. That is just a feeling that you get. It's similar. It's a different feeling, but it's similar to, man, I know, oh my gosh, I know, like, that's my husband, or man, that's my wife. It's just this feeling that the Lord gives you, that person is meant to be knitted into your life. They're meant to be knitted into your life for a specific purpose and assignment. And that's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, it's so important. And just, as I was just thinking, and we've shared this before, like community, like having that sense of community, that there's so much importance in a God ordained friendship. And that aspect of the community, like I just said, because I've shared this in a video, we've shared this in a video prior, how your community is something that helps your singleness, right? Your place of singlehood, like people speaking life, people encouraging you. So now if it's important in singlehood, it's important when you're married, right? So that's going to look like, yes, more, yes, you'll still have those, seasonal or lifetime friendships. These people may be single, but when you're married, you will find that God will send more married couples to be able to speak into your life, encourage, and to bounce off of. And so those things are important. So we know that we are not alone in this. There's times when you as a couple, y'all may not have it. Y'all may be going through a rough patch. Yes, God is there, but God uses people. God uses people in our life to help us through that rough patch or that season, or to be the encouragement that we need. For us right now, like in a season where we've never been before, right? Every God ordained relationship and friendship that we have right now it means so much.
It's fruitful. That's the evidence of a God ordained relationship that the Lord has literally brought a person or people into your life, is that these relationships bring multiplication and they're fruitful. They don't take away. They don't drain you. They don't take
fountain.
Yes, they're fountains. They're not a drain. You're not constantly giving and you're not receiving anything. There's a lot of reciprocity there, that you're giving, but you're also receiving from this. It refreshes you to be around these people. It brings life. God ordained relationships always bring life. They're always life-giving. They always bring life.
Yeah.
Really.
And it's crazy how, like, those friendships, it's like you could be in the middle of the storm and somebody just comes in, your friend just comes in with a word and encouragement, and you're like, it makes you forget that you were even struggling or going through something. These last couple weeks, like, our friends have really showed up. And they've been our rocks. They've been just helpful. God always has our friends and family. They've been our rocks. Oh man, they've been everything to just be there, to speak life, and to just remind that God is with you. Yeah, we've been where you've been before, and just know that you're going to come out of this better. You are being refined in this season right now, and so. It's nothing like having those friends. Friends they're fulfilling and they're refreshing and they're so important. It's like, and I know we're refreshing to you guys. We're, helpful to you, in your season where you are. And so imagine the importance of the people that you allow in your proximity. You cannot call everybody friend.
And don't.
Please don't.
I don't. I say in acquaintance, there are 3 categories: an acquaintance, friend, or either you're my brother or sister. That's like super, like, we here, like
You can sleep
blood.
you can sleep in the guest room.
Blood, right? Yes, we will let you into our. That's the access point. You get into our home. You're considered a brother.
Check your inner
sister.
circle. Check your circle.
Yeah.
You know, we've said this before. Let there be no breaches.
Yeah.
Let there be no breaches. And I think it's important to pray. Pray for what you desire to see. Pray for what you need. I've prayed for friends that I have in my life. I prayed that God would send us people that we've been to other people that weren't received.
Yeah.
Right. And so you're not for everybody. And I'll share this really quick. It's lonely.
It can get,
It can get lonely. But when you have someone, God ordains a friendship, you know, that is right, is set, is secure, and sent by Him, you're able to be vulnerable. You're able to be honest. And it's just so important. So pray about your friends. Pray about your partner. Pray about things being God ordained. Yeah. Pray about that God ordained marriage and friendships, because it needs to be suitable so that you can be set forth and not be set back. Right. All right. So, that's really it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hope this was a blessing. We would love to hear your takeaways, your thoughts, topics, videos, whatever it is. Talk to us. Get in the chat. Okay.
One more.
And I'm the long-winded one.
No.
Okay.
I haven't even started talking yet. Okay. I'd be long-winded if I said I have one more thing and I go 5 more minutes.
Let's see how fast.
Let's see how long you go. I just wanted to say that, practically speaking, relationships that don't look like God sent them or whatever, they don't bring life. They lead you down the wrong path. They're bad influences. They don't push you toward God's purpose. They lead you away from God's purpose. They don't lead you into a deeper relationship with God. They lead you into complacency or being lukewarm. That's all I want to say. Yeah. And that's just from a practical sense. That's how you know. Wisely. Those are just some things you know, like, okay, God did not send this friendship and He did not bring this relationship into my life.
Follow the fruit.
Boom.
Follow the check the
boom.
Fruit.
Check the fruit.
And this is why we've said, be specific in your prayers. Be specific in what type of friends you need.
Yes.
What type of fruit you desire to see.
Yeah.
Don't follow the friendship. Follow the fruit.
Yep. Period. So, that's it.
That's it. God bless you. We'll see you on the next one. Signing out.
Bye.